You ever have that pain that just doesn't make sense? One day it's your back, and the next it's your calves, and then your hands feel like somebody lit a match under the skin. Well, that's Parkinson's pain. And here's the kicker. My doctor never mentioned it to me. Not once. Hey, friends, I'm Bryce, and this is Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. Now, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's at the age of 40, so I've been living with this now for almost 15 years. And so when I talk about the pain, stiffness, and all the hidden stuff, I'm not guessing. I'm living it every day. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you're part of the inner circle or a member of the channel, you already know. You are the heartbeat of this community. And I'm so thankful for all of you. Now here on this channel, I share the real life side of Parkinson's, the raw, the funny, the frustrating, and the hacks that actually help. So if you're looking for that kind of content, then hit subscribe, because you don't have to do Parkinson's alone, and you don't have to do it alone anymore. Now, stick with me until the very end of this video, because I'm going to share the biggest tip that I use to deal with pain. It's simple, it's practical, and it saved me more times than I can count.
Welcome to Living with Parkinson's. The good, the bad, and the reality. Real talk, real life, real community with Bryce Perry. Let's begin.
For me, pain often shows up in my hands. For example, if I mow the grass, I know what's coming the next day. My hands feel swollen. They feel like they're burning. They're sore. There's like little fires are lighting up under my skin. It makes even the simplest things like opening a jar or typing feel impossible. And let me throw this at you. If you've ever had pain like this, let me know in the comments. What's the weirdest, most surprising pain with Parkinson's story you have? I read them all, and it might help somebody else by sharing. Now, that's just one example, because Parkinson's pain isn't a single thing. It comes in many different forms. First, let's talk about the types of different pains. So first up, there's stiffness pain. This one feels like my muscles are wrapped in duct tape. It's not sharp. It's more of a constant grinding ache, and it's relentless. If you suffer from that, let me know that in the comments. And then, there's joint pain. Because of bad posture and rigidity, my hips, my knees, my shoulders, they all start complaining, right? They pick up the slack, and I'm sure they make me know that they're doing more of the work. How about that? If you suffer with that, let me know in the comments as well. And next is dystonia pain. Now, that's when the curls cramp and they curl in directions that they're not meant to. When it happens, I look like I'm doing some new form of interpretive dance, which is only funny if you're watching and not if you're me. I hate that. And I've been dealing with that since before I got diagnosed. Just before. How about you? Do you suffer from that? Let me hear that in the comments as well. And then there's the neuropathic pain. Now, this is the burning, tingling, electric shock kind of stuff. Feels like my body just downloaded a virus instead of an update. Totally unpredictable and drives me insane. Drives me crazy. Do you deal with that? In the comments, let me know. And finally, medication-related pain. Now, when my meds wear off, sometimes the pain comes rushing back like a wave. 1 minute you're completely fine, and the next you're sore from head to toe. So, yeah, pain shows up in a lot of ways, but the worst part, hardly anybody talks about it. Doctors are busy juggling tremors, stiffness, medication schedules, side effects, and I believe pain just gets shoved to the bottom of the list. But here's the truth. Some days, pain is the most disabling part of Parkinson's. And because it's barely mentioned, it blindsides people. You end up thinking, did I miss the memo? Was there a page in this Parkinson's manual that I didn't get? Did they leave this part out? What's going on here? But here's the good news. While we can't always stop the pain, there are things we can do to manage it better. So let me walk you through a few. Now, these are what I use for my coping strategies, okay? And the first one is this. You have to pace yourself. Parkinson's pain loves to sneak up when I push too hard. So I've learned to build in micro breaks before it hits. For example, if I'm doing yard work, I'll set a timer to stop every 20 minutes. If I wait until my hands are like screaming at me, it's way too late. So think about what you do. What bothers you? Well, if you know it's going to happen, do it in blocks. Break it up. Break it up in blocks and start breaking before it starts hurting. Another big one is a gentle massage. Now, I don't mean the fancy spa treatment, although that would be cool. But I roll a tennis ball around under my hands or use a stress ball to loosen things up. It hurts a bit while I'm doing it. It's like pushes on it. But the next day, my hand thanks me that I did it before I started. So again, it's like to say, stretch before you move, right? Same idea. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, where that pain is, if it's a pain in your back, stretch that back up before you do like the housework that's going to hurt, or it's in your hands like me, do some massage it, get it ready. Okay. Now the third one is the contrast to heat and cold. Now, warm water relaxes the muscles. And then a quick dip in cool water helps with swelling. Now, I know it sounds odd, but it works. It's like tricking my nerves into calming down. It's wild. Just try it. Warm them up, cool them down. Warm them up, cool them down. It works for me, and it's worked for many others that I've talked to. And the fourth thing is breathing. This one might sound soft, but it's real. Stress cranks up pain. If I stop and I do 5 deep belly breaths, it lowers the tension and the pain feels less sharp. It's kind of like, again, hitting that reset button. Okay. And finally, here's the one I teased at the start. The biggest tip that helped me with pain. Well, it's using adaptive tools. Now, I used to think that I just had to push through pain, but I've learned to work smarter. Padded gloves for mowing the lawn. Right? Ergonomic, I can never say these words. Ergonomic handles or tools, right? Even swapping regular utensils for thicker grips. Now, these little changes, they don't cure the pain, but they stop it from getting worse and they keep me moving. Now, for me, gloves make all the difference. If I do yard work without them, my hands pay for it the next day. With them, pain's manageable. It's not glamorous, not sexy, but it keeps me in the game. Now, what about the science behind this? Well, here's the science in a nutshell. The dopamine doesn't just control movement. It also plays a role in how the brain processes pain. When dopamine is low, it's like someone turned up the pain dial. Add stress and poor sleep, and it's cranked even higher. And that's why these little strategies work. They don't fix Parkinson's, but they lower the load on the system that's already overworked. And that leads me directly into today's Bryceism. With Parkinson's, pain doesn't mean you're weak. It means your body's fighting harder than most people will ever know. And that's how I remind myself on those tough days. Yeah, it hurts, but I'm still here, and I'm still fighting, and I'm still doing life today, every day. So that's the hidden Parkinson pain nobody talks about. It's frustrating, it blindsides you, and it hurts. But it doesn't define you. And because we've got strategies, we've got humor, and we've got resilience, we can win. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you experienced pain with Parkinson's? And how does it show up for you? Drop it in the comments. Remember, I read everyone, I reply to everyone, and your story might just help somebody else. And if you want to go deeper beyond these videos, check out the Inner Circle. We hang out live once a month, and we keep the conversation going every single day in there. It's awesome. It's a place for caregivers and you deserve to be there, and we're waiting for you. So the link's in the description below. No pressure. I love you all. And you remember one thing. Until next time, I want you to keep showing up. I want you to keep being real, and I want you to keep doing life today.
Parkinson's may be part of your life, but it doesn't get to define it. Thanks for listening to Living with Parkinsons, the good, the bad, and the reality. If this episode moved you, helped you, or reminded you you're not alone, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Want to go deeper? The Inner Circle is waiting. Monthly Zoom calls, 24/7 community, and a direct line to Bryce. You'll find the link in the show notes. Until next time, keep showing up and keep doing life today.